All right, everybody, we are back again, and we are excited to have our friends from 7 Ace back in the house. We've got Josh, we've got Tom, and guess what? We're going to taste some exciting things that we found at these guys' store, okay? If you want to find the exciting stuff, you need to stop in. That's all you got to do. Stop in, be a regular customer, make sure you're buying the good stuff. I mean, we're all helping people. First thing we're trying, none other than.
Oh boy.
Alright, we're gonna warm it up on Old Fitz. Bottle and bond coming in at a sweet 100 proof. Well, you can't beat it. I don't know how to open it, so I'm just gonna go for it. Just a quick spin. There it is.
Ooh, yeah.
There it is.
Champagne-like almost.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oof.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, that's gonna taste
Just phenomenal.
Yep.
Does the studio audience want to partake as well?
Yes.
Please.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely not a bottle you'll see very often on everybody's life. That's for sure.
Yeah, you guys want to talk about the bottle?
Tom might know more than I do in terms of the bottles make and design, but I mean, I definitely know it's super, super rare.
They want to go back to the original Decanter style that was kind of put them on the map back in the day, because when you went into a store you would look at the bottles, and if it was something that was unique and different, attention was drawn to that. That's why people kind of went to. That's why the old bottles all have that old Decanter style look. That's part of the reason why these have been brought back, because it's back to that old recipe. It's most of these that are coming out are 7 to 12. Some 15-year-old in the Old Fitz has been coming out.
Last year was a 17 and an 8 or a 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I didn't see a bottle of that at our store.
No.
But like I said, moving forward, hopefully more of this will start coming in. But yeah, that was the Decanter style bottle was what drew your attention to it on the shelf when you used to go into the general store to get your bottle of whiskey and your groceries and whatnot. So and this is just smelling phenomenal.
It
right
really
now.
is.
Wow, it's very rich.
And there's a reason that there's not a lot of this out there, because it is really good.
How old is this one? 10?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that is very tasty.
It's a rich mouthfeel.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thick.
Yeah.
It's got
Wow.
a very caramely
Yep.
flavor to it.
Wow.
Almost like no burn.
Yep.
Just so smooth.
Velvet all across the
yeah.
palate.
Yeah.
That is
See,
incredible.
this is where I'm getting a little bit of that maple.
I was gonna say maple
brown sugar
on the tongue.
Yep.
Yeah, on the finish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I was saying earlier that sometimes that spice doesn't. This has got nothing to do with that. It just all like encompasses like sweet notes and like that's like soft and mellow and just really good.
Yeah, that is definitely worth sharing. This is
Wow.
definitely a bottle that you want to share with.
Yep.
I mean, that's part of another thing that I like about the whiskeys, that you can open up a bottle, share it with 4 or 5 of your friends, put the cork back in it, put that one on the shelf. You can go to a different bottle, and we'll be able to go, well, this one's different than that because of this. The taste different, the smell. I said, and then you put the cork back in that one, and then you can go to another bottle, and then say maybe 6 months from now you have the same group over, and you go in reverse and try them all again that way.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with the whiskeys. They're meant to be shared. They're not meant to be bought, stuck on a shelf.
Yep.
Sell them to somebody else for 5 times what you paid for it. That's kind of not what I like to see.
I'm not
I
into it.
like to taste it, share it, talk
Yep.
about it, have some fun with it, move on to the
Absolutely.
next bottle. I mean, that's kind of the
That's literally the slogan of Rare Barrel is hunting, sipping, sharing.
there you go.
That's it.
I mean, that's what really drew us into just the whole thing, was the uniqueness of bourbon itself, the
Yeah.
history and the rich stories behind it, and the people. Like, we've met so many incredible people, And we're just getting started, really. I mean, so even, getting in there and talking to you and getting to meet you, it's just been so cool to hear your stories. And yeah, we go over to my parents' house and we'll bring a little something different and just have a little sip and just fellowship and talk and, have community, and it's just fun.
I was just so blown away when we walked into the store. Ben and I walked into the store. He was like, "Oh, we might have something for you."
Yeah.
And then you pulled this bottle out, and I was like, "Oh my God!" It's in the video. You can find it on the channel.
Yeah.
It's just.
Take a look. Yeah.
It was
Pull it out of the
mind-blowing.
plastic is what I said. It really shows the bottle.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
that's
awesome.
Ever since that day, I've been waiting to try this thing because I told these guys I won't crack it without you.
well, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah.
Wow, that's good.
I mean, not saying that wouldn't be a top shelf item, but that's something they consider too into the package design. So some of them, when they make bottles, they make them taller on purpose to force places to either put them on the top shelf or taller shelves versus, some places might have, the bottom shelves are shorter.
Sure.
So that's where they put smaller bottles that are little squatty ones. Like you guys, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So there's that element involved too. It's like the design of the bottle also plays a very big factor in someone's eye-catching appeal, right?
For sure.
I mean, obviously this is a very good bottle of whiskey. Let's not get that twisted.
Yeah.
But that bottle's amazing too, right?
It
I mean,
is,
the
yeah.
story alone, just having that on your shelf, you can't beat it. There's not a price I wouldn't pay to have that bottle sitting back there.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just another element that's involved too.
Right. Yeah.
Just a little extra. The mile they went for the glass and the bottle
Yeah.
design to make it something that, oh my God, that's awesome, to have a reaction like you did,
Right.
to get a bottle that, how you've probably never seen in your life. That's kind of the point. That's how you do, that's why you do this stuff, that's why you do the hunting. Sometimes it stinks, you gotta go all over the place to find stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually you find places that have more stuff than others.
Yep.
That's just the truth.
Yeah. Well, that was our first experience too, where we kind of stumbled upon this whole journey.
Yeah.
It's because we were looking for a Joseph A. Magnus cigar blend, and we were just it kind of became like this date night, and we were just ended up going all over the cities just asking, and everyone kept saying, "Well, you're never gonna find one," but but then we just talked with people, and it was so fun. And the last place we went, right up the street from our house, when we had traveled, this ended up being like a 2-day thing. And we were having fun with it, so it was great, but we really didn't think we were gonna find one. And the last place we went, right up the street from our house, sure enough,
It was so crazy. She was looking at the cash register thing or whatever, and looking at the shelf behind that. She turns around and they have one of the cabinets, right? She turns around and she's like, exactly that long and that ecstatic. She's like, she sees it there and she's like, oh, is that it? It was so good.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I got the opportunity to really nice customer came in and offered me a sample of one from 2021, so a couple years back. That's a top 5 bottle for me in terms of stuff I've had in my time. It's just the notes of the tobacco and the finish. It's got all those spices you want. It's balanced.
Yeah.
It's got a nice tongue feel. It's just really good.
Yeah.
It is very, very good. I can see why you hunted it for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and then now you're seeing cigar blends being made up by other people because of that note.
Yeah.
For instance, the Old Elk behind me to my left. Stuff like that, because people really, really like that richness, homey vibe
Yeah.
when you're drinking that bottle of whiskey, because it's like warming in winter and sitting by the fire or something like that. You know what I mean? So I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We talked about doing a cigar blend lineup of a couple of them, because there's a couple, right? We have.
Yeah, that would
We
be
have
great.
2. So Old Elk actually just came out with another cigar cut called Island Blend.
Okay, yep, I see it. Gotcha.
And so there's 2 Old Elk cigar cuts, and then there's the Joseph A.
Yeah.
But nothing's gonna beat that Magnus.
Yeah.
That thing is.
Yeah,
And that's another cool bottle. It's a little bit of a
It
different
is.
bottle.
Yeah.
That's because we were brand new. I've always liked whiskey, but I never knew the bourbon side of things, right? I just didn't. I hadn't been exposed to that, so I didn't really know what I was looking for, other than that cool bottle and the color. I think of that cigar blend is a little different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I knew when I saw it, I was like, that's different. That's the one.
I mean, yeah, because if you think about it in terms of in life when you have collections of stuff. It's not just whiskey, but you have collections of stuff, and sometimes it's just because something looks cool.
Yeah.
You know, knickknacks or little shelf talkers or even like little animals that you put on your like your desk or whatever. You know, it's because it looks cool. That's the cool part about whiskey. Some look great, some look awful, but taste great.
Right.
Yep.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? So there are those that, you know, are kind of hidden gems. So, but yeah, that's kind of the cool part. You know?
That is super cool.
Yeah, you can find like a tall, squat bottle that's like, oh my god, that thing's amazing to look at.
Yeah.
The whiskey inside is like 3-year-old whiskey. That's like, it's just the next juice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Pot's still kind of a cool
Yeah,
looking bottle.
that's another
But,
example.
I mean, in the whiskeys, it's 4-year-old whiskey. It's okay.
Yeah.
But it's not anything that's gonna blow
Is that
me
the
out
one
of
that
the
goes like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did we get into that or not?
We've never gotten one of those.
Yeah.
Everybody in the whiskey tube world says, go ahead and stay away from that
Oh,
one.
the bottle, like you said, would be one you have on your shelf.
Right.
It's real
It's
cool.
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
But like you're gonna taste it and be like, well, there's a lot of other stuff I would buy. that
Yeah.
is in the same price point or same kind of quality.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do them in 750s and the big ones. So the 175 is really cool. They do have that. That's really cool. But that's not one I could see someone putting on the shelf and drinking as a regular drinker either.
No.
Like I said, because of what it is.
Right.
The people that do buy those say that they put them on the top of the bar.
Yes.
Anybody wants
Bar
to
peeps.
try it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's open.
Yeah.
Open it up and pour a glass.
Yep, exactly. Wonder if it'd be good for like a mixer.
I think a lot of people do use that as,
Sure.
as a mixer cocktail.
Yeah.
You know, in the cocktails that they
Add
make
some
it.
flavor to it and call it good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this Old Fitz was
Oh my
absolutely
gosh.
fantastic.
So good.
Yeah. I would not shy away from getting that poured for me again.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
If you find yourself a bottle out there in the wild, definitely pick it up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Again, thanks so much for tuning in. This was the Old Fitz 10-year with our friends at 7 Ace. Definitely go and check them out. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and soon on YouTube. That's right. Don't act like you're not impressed. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Help us grow the channel. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.